Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Amber Living Vlog, and this is Beyond Film School, and I'm Amber, and today we're talking about not staying a PA forever. So why do I bring up this question of being a PA forever? I feel like sometimes when you first start out in the industry, you work really hard to get on the union sets. And then when you're on the union sets, you're like, oh, I get all this money, but not really. You're still getting minimum wage, doesn't matter. But you're getting consistent hours and you're getting more and more work, and then you end up staying a PA only because it's like, oh, I gotta pay my rent, I gotta pay my bills, blah, 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 I got a car payment, whatever. But you just keep taking the work, and you most likely, sometimes for a lot of people, they keep taking the work and they don't really want that position. And they end up staying there for years and years and years, and they don't move on. They don't go to where they're trying to be in whatever position, either whether it's an AD or different departments or whatever the hell you're trying to do, you end up staying a PA. You're overstaying your welcome as a PA. Don't get me wrong, being a PA is a really good entry-level job. You're gonna learn a lot of things. You're gonna meet a lot of people. You're gonna learn every position that's there. Not learn every position, but you're gonna understand what every position does. You'll get the experience. You'll understand the timing, the flow of how everything works on set. So it's good to learn. If you're trying to be an AD, you need to be on, and if you're trying to get into the union as a DGA AD, like, you have to do 600 days as a PA, which turns out, depending on how many days you work, I think there's only like 300 days or a little less than 300 days a year, working days, that you can actually be a PA. So doing the math, you need at least 2 years and some odd months of like constant work. I know some people who like banged out those 600 days within 2 years, and they were working weekends, they were doing everything they could to get those 600 days. So 2 or 3 years as a PA to get to the AD level. Some people spend a little bit more than that time, and they don't even want to be ADs, which is like, why would you waste your time as a PA? And like I said before, it's kind of like the income filler, unfortunately. How not to fall into this trap of like, I have to pay my bills. You just have to tell yourself, okay, what do you want to do? First of all, and everyone's like, I want to be a director. And if you want to be a director, you really need to have the discipline to step away and work on that path, because being a PA forever is not going to be your stepping stone into directing. You will be exposed to a director, you may be able to talk to a director, but being a PA is not going to lead you down that path. You need to step out, you need to make the jump. And that's the hard part, right? Figuring out how the hell do you get to that next spot. Telling my story really quick, the long and short of it is, I started in camera for a little while, then I figured out I didn't want to be a DP. I was like, no, fuck this, I'm not a camera nerd, I don't belong there, whatever. I may have photography skills or whatever, but DP just wasn't where I wanted to be. So then I was like, oh my god, an AD, this is where I want to be. So then I restarted. I started over. So I had to start as a set PA, and then I got on union sets, and so I did that for like maybe a year or so, doing additional PA, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck union jobs, I'm sick of being additional PA, and then I started to do indie AD stuff. I just stepped away and I just started to jump into the indie field, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna bang this AD shit out, and now I'm stuck in that whole realm of I have to earn my PA days on a union set to get into the DGA. So now that I know that DGA is where I want to be, now I'm going back to union sets as a PA to get into DGA. Because I still have to make that call to the DGA people and be like, do my indie days count? They probably don't. So I'm gonna get those 600 days as a PA and then bang it out. I took different steps. I stepped away, and I made a conscious decision, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is where I want to be. And like, obviously I got less work. I had to do a lot of networking. I was happier on set as an AD, and I'm always happier on set as an AD than I am as a PA. But sometimes after a tough gig, I'm like happy to go back as a PA. If you are a writer director and you have scripts sitting in your drawer or on your computer or somewhere, and they're just sitting there and you wrote them, you need to figure out, save your money if you're trying to use your own money, or figure out a crowdfunding campaign, get your short films made. First of all, you should start with short films, because going all out on a feature first thing is just not, I don't want to say it's not smart, but I feel like you got to have a strategy, and starting smaller and then progressively getting to bigger things is a better way to go. Progress into your feature film. So do a couple short films, do a couple micro short films, like a 3 to 5 minute film, and then go to 10, and then go to 20. If you are a PA for a while, you're gonna have peers that want to do other things too. So like you may know a PA that is a, you know, aspiring DP. You also may know a PA that's an aspiring AD. You have a DP, a director, and an AD. I'm pretty sure you can make a friggin' movie together. Start making your short films, because the only way you're going to get bigger director gigs is if you have stuff on your reel and people can trust you as a director. You have to have that experience. You really have to start making your own opportunities. You really have to start making your own opportunities. Anyone who wants to be like a DP, if you are trying to get into the camera department, you as a PA need to start talking to those camera folks. Make friends with them, get to know them, make sure they get to know you and like you, and then they can give you that gig when it comes up, when they need somebody as a camera PA. And camera PA is really where it starts. Or if you start at a rental house, that is a lot of people's way of getting into the camera department. Just think about the route. First of all, learn the ladder, figure out how to tackle that ladder, and then make friends with those people when you're a PA, because they're going to be the people who are going to hire you. The first thing you need to do is get on set, learn the flow, figure out how things work, and then figure out what you want to do in the industry. And once you figure out what you want to do, figure out the ladder. How did this person get to there? And everyone has different paths, don't get me wrong. Figure out how you're going to get up there. Have a plan of action, and then talk to the people in that department. I am a big advocate for not staying a PA forever, but for the people who just want the paycheck and just want to be a part of something bigger and they don't want more responsibility, I mean, more power to you. If you're happy, I'm happy for you. There are many people I know that they just PA and that's all they do, and they don't want to be an AD. They don't really want to, you know, and I'm not saying they don't have aspirations or ambition, but I mean, you're going to meet those people in the industry that just don't. What I think is that you should not stay a PA forever. I think being a PA is definitely a means to an end. It is a stepping stone, an entry-level position. You don't want to be in an entry-level position forever. PAs on set, production assistants on set, they get minimum wage. So right now in New York City, it is $15 an hour and then $22.50 for overtime. And there are so many people who want to unionize the PAs. Like, we should have our own union. But if you've ever worked on a union set, you know that the PAs fall under the AD department. And I hope that they never unionize the PAs. I know people are going to be like, what? How dare she say that? But the reason why I think they shouldn't have a union is because it's an incentive to get you out of the PA department. You get what I'm saying? It's a way to make sure you move up and you get out of that level. That is it for this video on should you stay a PA forever? I don't think you should. I think it's just a stepping stone, but that's just my opinion. You may think otherwise. What does Beyond Film School got going on? Please go to beyondfilmschool.com for certain resources I have there. I have the networking page. Go to these networking events, pick someone's brain, and just talk to someone. Because I think the good thing about the film industry is that a lot of people want to help other people try and get into it. At least that's what I've found. Networking is very, very, very important. And I mean, I've gone to networking events, and it just so happens that I've gotten gigs from people I've met at these events, which is really, really great. I curate, I handpick these events, and these people don't know that I'm posting these events. So I'm not getting like paid to post their event. I just want everyone to know that. Also coming up in March 10th, I'm having a production assistant training course happening that day from 9 to 5. Basically, you can step on set and not look like a newbie. And I really do guarantee that, because you're gonna be on set for your first time and be like, oh my God, Amber told me about this. I know exactly what to do. And that's pretty much my like hope for everybody coming from this training, is like you're familiar and it doesn't feel like your first day. You're going to be nervous, obviously, because I was very nervous on my first day, but the set PA training is to get you comfortable and to know what's what and to get you hired again. Check out my Facebook page, Instagram, and I seem to tweet a bit. I don't have a Beyond Film School Twitter, but I do have my own personal one if you want to follow me on that. I feel like I'm funny. I might not be funny, I don't know. But but I feel like I have fun on Twitter. Also, I have an interesting ebook that you guys may want to check out. It is from Amy Clark Films. She is a YouTuber, a friend of mine, and she is from the UK. And she just did this ebook a few months ago, and she pretty much mapped out how to get into the film industry. Certain things you gotta do, what websites you can visit. So again, Amy Clark Films, her ebook. I mean, this is for people who just literally have no idea how to enter the film industry and they're like starting from zero. Links to all those will be below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions. So that is my video. That's it. That's my spiel. If you've made it to this part of the video, you're really dedicated and I appreciate you. I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for being a subscriber.